truth is what every man should be seeking. You know, that's what a philosopher does: seek truth. Yeah.
Hello, Patriots. Well, this is kind of a nice little refreshing video. Two guys that work in the oil industry, and they're both from California. One of them I don't think is living in California anymore, but still in the oil industry, energy industry. And I don't know, just good old salt of the earth young men. I guess if I had a daughter, these are the kind of guys I'd like them to bring home, see them dating. Certainly nothing what I was when I was their age. God. But nice guys, and aware, very aware of what's going on, and very grounded, just good men. So, interesting to hear what they have to say about what is going on out in California and how they have to put up with the BS out there. So I hope you enjoy them. And if you had to, hit the like button. And share these, because you know they do shadow ban. Try the link to my shop. Still having trouble posting new designs on there. So far my shop only shows 2 designs. I can't figure out why they're not posting the rest. But it is a San Francisco-based company. So they might just be giving me crap, and I might have to look for another one. Which is a shame, because it seems like they do a good job. I don't know. Oh well. Such as it is. Alright, let's get to it, and I'll see you on the other side.
Right now I work in the oil field.
Oh.
They're trying to outlaw drilling though.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, they're trying to outlaw everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Newsom just passed a law.
That guy.
Yeah. That you can't shower and do laundry in the same day.
Yeah. They're trying to.
Yeah, you can't drop a plastic straw on the street, but you can crap on the street.
Yeah. And they're giving out free, no straws, but we'll give you needles. Anybody, yeah. We'll give anybody who needs them needles. Yeah.
God bless you. So you grew up out there, or you?
Yeah. I grew up out there.
It's tough because it's a beautiful state. I know a lot of people would, it's hard to they're challenge you to live there now.
Yeah, it's getting overbearing.
It's and then of course you even had Joe Biden come out the other day and he said, if you were like me, I'm going to get rid of all the fossil fuels and arrest the executives of the oil companies.
Because Kern County, where I'm from, that's the basis of our economies. It's all the jobs. So I don't know, there might be maybe a revolution, or I don't know, if he outlaws the oil, I don't know.
Well, he ain't going to get a chance. He ain't going to be president.
No, I mean Newsom.
Oh, Newsom.
The governor.
He was, well, I can't see that. I mean, yeah. That'd really have to be a revolt. I mean, when people start, it's all, when people start losing their jobs.
Yeah. Taking their bread away.
Yeah, it's when things get ugly.
Things get a little more serious when people, yeah, it's getting crazier. Oh. The order of the universe is just, or the world, it's like the evil. It's becoming good, and good is becoming evil.
Yeah. We're going to see some major changes in the next 10 years with a lot of what's happening, what's coming in. There's a lot of speculation on what can happen. It might even be a break of the country. We might see certain sections, break away.
Yeah.
coasts of the rest of America.
The what?
Coasts.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of America.
Yeah.
Might be that. Who knows? Are you also from California?
No, I used to work there, but
He's an oil engineer guy.
I work in Houston.
So you're all for the Green New Deal also then?
Yeah, I was the first one to get my name in the hat.
I think the biggest lie out there is one of them is the climate change.
Of course.
Yeah. And that's like the pinnacle where all things, yeah.
It is without a doubt. I mean, when I was out in California back in '71, I helped start the Institute for Environmental Alternatives with Professor Wanacoma. It's when they called it ecology, when the whole thing first started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the things we were finding out, one of the things we were worried about is we knew we were going to get infiltrated.
Yeah.
Because the more information you find out, they're going to try to manipulate that information. So I was living with scientists and working with them, and the things that we were finding out, we knew we were going to be infiltrated, but we didn't know how they were going to manipulate the information we were finding out. And of course, it turned out to be global warming,
Yep.
And, we're the problem. But what you have to do is look a little bit into it and realize what a hoax it is.
Yeah.
We need more CO2, not less.
Yeah, the plants live off of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we need that to have crops and stuff.
Thank you.
People, yeah.
Which is it? Again, you brought up you got to get rid of meat. We need to eat more plants and vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, one, everything starts with the plants.
Yeah.
We need more plants.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get more plants? More CO2. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you take away the CO2, you reduce the plants, you kill everything.
Yeah.
They're constantly in flux. I mean, the world's always changing, so
Yeah.
it's not like...
And, they have all their studies, but they've all been... There's they're all crap.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get... There's all these counter studies. In the 1200s, there was 100 years where it was getting cold it was like a little mini ice age. In the 600s or somewhere around there, same thing happened. They've had variations in the weather patterns for the past 2,000 years. That
used to be able
in cycles.
to grow grapes in England, but now
Thank you.
Now they
Northern
can't do that.
Ireland, they were growing grapes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to Professor David Dilley out here about a month ago. He's 40 years climatologist, and he's got all these alphabets off of his name. He's worked in all the different weather programs. He cannot find anybody to debate him because he's a skeptic, of course.
Yeah.
And he says they won't debate me. I want to go ahead and debate, but and that's it. Anytime I run into these people that believe in this, I said, please show me a debate where you can find a skeptic and someone that believes in this in a proper debate. Show me where you can find it. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They can't. I actually talked to a woman out here last week. It was beautiful. She works in D.C. in the environmental movement.
Yeah.
And when I brought this up, she goes, well, they don't debate because it's already been proven and the consensus is there. I said, you just lost the argument.
Yeah. Consensus is you can't argue from... You have to do, that's a fallacy.
You have to always ask.
What kind of fallacy is that? It's based off of a reputation. There's a name for it,
Yeah.
It's called, you're going off of someone's pure reputation or whatever. That's not a real logical art. That's not how you argue something, debate something.
That's the way a lot of science is done nowadays.
Just take their word
like evolution, for instance, like the climate change thing. It's all just like, all the scientists say, so we're just going to believe it,
Yeah.
But I think that's why they're losing, even with the propaganda, even with all the propaganda that's going on, there's still a great portion of the people that are not falling for it.
Yeah. Because, some of the stuff they're trying to implement, like the bathrooms, and it's getting so crazy. The transgender, where people, you're going to change all your...
They believe what? But they believe in science. But there's how many different genders?
Yeah,
right.
No, there's like,
I think it was Jefferson who said that the Constitution only works if the people already have a certain moral code in place. So if you get rid of all the morals, this whole freedom Constitution thing is not going to work out.
Exactly.
It has to be a certain basis. Place.
Exactly. Yeah, the founding fathers pretty much knew. I mean, we have to go back to them. Yeah, they knew human psychology. Yeah. They knew that, and they said it. They said, "We did this because you can't depend on the good nature of man. You have to recognize that at his base, man, when he's deprived of things, becomes very bad. So you need these restraints to be put in there. Especially when they gain power. That's
because man is fallen. It goes back to the old biblical.
Thank you.
It's theological, and that's the highest science. Is theology, because that's where morality comes from. That's where everything comes from, and philosophy.
Study of love of
wisdom, truth.
Yeah.
What is truth is what every man should be seeking. That's what a philosopher does, seek truth.
And what are they trying to destroy?
And the truth is, you don't choose your gender. You're born with the penis, or you're born with the vagina.
It's either an X or a Y. That's it, right? It's either an X or a Y. Well, golly, ain't no difference.
It is what it is.
God bless you for having at least having the clarity and moral, insight to see what's going on. That's what we need. And I think it's going to. We can't.
You knew about when that whole thing broke out. That was nuts. That's the only thing they're preserving. Like, you can have sex with it. It's just that's pretty much all we have left. Don't have sex with a child. But we have NAMBLA, or in Washington, where the Man-Boy Love Association, they're trying to say, no, you can have sex with a child. You can have sex with,
They're trying to normalize perversion. I mean, look at they have the tranny book tours. I mean, talking to 5 and 6-year-olds about sex, perverted sex.
They got no idea how to.
No, when I was 5 or 6, I was playing soldiers and stuff. Cowboys.
I was playing outside,
Sex wasn't even that
sex, nowhere.
But that's it. That's they start. That's their main thing when it comes to evil. That's their main thing.
That's the devil. That's the most base passion, and that's what he can manipulate humans with the most. Is the sex.
That's the whole network of the pedophilia network is starting to be exposed. And that's why they try to keep the Epstein link down. Because that is really how they manipulate the politicians and the journalists and all.
Just the population as a whole. I mean, if you look back to the 50s and 60s when they started coming out with the whole, porn and just promiscuous sex culture, that really started degenerating the morals of the people. And then you come out with other, things that followed, like abortion, like homosexuality now, whatever else comes out of that. It's because if people can't control their base passions, if they're allowed to run loose and do whatever they want, then things will just go down the toilet. So I think that's what both of us.
Does the name Kathy O'Brien mean anything to you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, look her up. She was one of the sex slaves for the elites.
Okay, right.
And I mean, she was a sex slave to them all.
They're Satanists.
And she broke. So she was rescued from it. Her and her daughter were both involved in that. They had groomed them. And she was rescued out of that, and she goes around speaking about how, she was sex slave to the Clintons and to Cheney and to Ford, and, you know, and Kissinger, and all these elites. She was a sex slave, and how they mind control them, and you know, split up their personalities with drugs and abuse, and how they use them as drug runners and information, you know, people to, you know, to transfer information. So that whole thing when Epstein was involved in that. That's another thing I wonder about, how if we're ever going to see, even with this administration, Bill Barr's father, the Attorney General, his father Donald, introduced Epstein Jeffrey Epstein to the Dalton School. So it was Bill Barr's father that introduced Epstein they set him up in the pedophile network with the CIA. So I'm wondering, how far are we going to see Attorney General Bill Barr, who's probably the only guy in the entire United States that still says Epstein committed suicide. And then you have Steve Bitchute, who comes out, and if you're not familiar with Steve Bitchute, get familiar. He in 5 administrations, he was the head of he actually wrote the psychological warfare programs for us. He was sort of like our 007 kind of guy, right?
The one that they were using the acid in, or the one, what's that one program that came out in the
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra.
Yeah. But he exposes a lot. He's the one that says, you know, I don't know how far Bill Barr's going to take us, because he's the one that says this. You know, his father introduced me. But he says, Bitchute says that Epstein never wasn't even in prison. That it was a double. And that Epstein's. He's gone. He wasn't the guy that was killed. They killed someone else. I mean, you know, this rabbit hole goes so deep, you don't even know what to believe anymore.
You know, well, when it comes to like that depth in it, but because it's just.
I mean, look, I'm reading this book now by David Icke. Right. About basically the 9/11.
Exactly. How, you know.
And how deep this goes. And if they can get away with killing 3,000 people and still carry this lie on for nearly 20 years, what else are they going to get away with?
Exactly.
There's been quite a bit of that going on. And you find molten steel at the bottom, and they supposedly use jet fuel. And then you have a
building 7,
a building that falls at the speed of gravity, at the speed of free fall. It's like scientific things just sort of add up.
The weight of the top. Okay, the thing is structured. It's like, how did that can't make the bottom collapse? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Force equals Thank you. Basic physics.
Basic physics.
Basic physics. I mean, just common sense.
It's like when you have Jenga or something, like, or maybe not the pulling out the things, but you can see it everywhere around. It's basic physics. You have like a stack of papers. The top's it doesn't collapse the whole thing. It has
force equals opposite equal reaction force. So, you know, I mean, this portion here isn't going to destroy this portion down here.
Because this portion has more strength.
Thank you. This is going to get destroyed as it goes down. So it's going to eventually just stop right about here. It's not going to go like, it's not like a solid block of something that's going to.
It's not heavier than this.
Thank you.
So it can't destroy it.
Yes, I get it. So we know this. We know. As just your knowledge of
it's so basic.
Thank you.
Everybody sees it all around.
Thank you. Yet people would rather believe a lie, because a lie is easier to believe. You don't want to. I mean, I've talked to people out here about this, and I don't want to believe it, because if I believe that, it's going to destroy everything I've learned my entire life.
Well, like I said about truth, a wife, you have to seek truth, or else you're not a true. You don't believe in God is truth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if
truth
you
will set you
quit,
free. John 8:32.
yeah. So if you quit, the second you quit seeking truth, you're done for. You know what I mean? You're not. You're in the, because who's the father of lies? Satan. Satan is the father of lies. So you're following him when you quit seeking truth. That's basic theology. You know, that's the deep. One of the most fundamental concepts of metaphysics or moral, whatever you want to call it. That's basic human. That's everything.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why they keep us distracted.
Yeah.
You know,
Just follow the lower passion desires.
It's like we were talking about earlier with the base passion, the sexual desire. St. Augustine once wrote that lust darkens the mind more than any other thing on earth in a man's mind. Lust in a woman's mind doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, what's the basic thing is, of course, is about procreation. So sex is the first motivation.
Yeah,
it's the
first
main
thing. Once you disorder the goal of the sexual act, it just falls apart from there on. It just because God made that order. It's procreation first, mutual support second. Actually, you don't marry your wife. The first reason is not supposed to be because she's my friend and we love each other. It's actually the first reason has to be procreation, or it's out of order, honestly.
Yeah.
And you really study
and then
theology.
the devil will take that and pervert it into lust. So, that direction, and from there it just gets worse and worse and worse. That's where we get the pedophilia. It gets into different perversions that we're involved in now. Bitchute, you say, it's the first thing you brought up, and then it gets into the other avenues, greed and avarice.
Because it's insatiable. The nature of lust itself, you cannot satiate it. So it just keep on going and going. It's never ending. It's all consuming.
Yes.
We pre-Nova. I don't know if you're familiar with the Novus Ordo, the council in the 1960s. The council where they basically destroyed the church from the inside out. The infiltration, the Masons, the communists, Bella Dodd.
Yes.
We have put 25 communists into the seminaries.
Yes.
2,500, sorry. In New York alone.
Yes.
She converted.
The church has been converted. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's sick what's going on in the church right now. So we're like a kind of a traditional movement.
I think that more and more people are gravitating towards that and getting away from the organized religion churches, because I see that a lot of the priests have been perverted.
Yeah,
They've been
it's
converted. I mean, just take a look at the Pope they have now, for crying out loud. I mean, this guy's like...
He's pretty nutty, yeah.
Oh, gosh. I mean, what's that? It was just a couple of years ago they actually caught an orgy going on in the Vatican.
I think I heard about that.
They busted in on it. It was like the cops busted in. There was an orgy going on, a perverted orgy, homosexual orgy, in the Vatican. In the Vatican.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty,
there was a bleep in the news about it, and disappeared.
That's pretty damning. That's for sure.
Yes.
I guess our position is kind of like, we think that that Jesus did start an institution that we think is the church, and that there are Judases all the time. So I guess our position is, don't leave the church because of Judas. So we just try and find what church what
find a good church.
Exactly what Christ really taught, and then
don't discredit them all. I mean, just that's it. There's deceivers. Just beware.
Plenty of Judases. One of the 12 was chosen. He ended up being an apple.
Yeah, don't dismiss them all because of a couple of bad people, but they are. Again,
right now it seems like there's quite a lot of bad people.
And
the devil's been at work a little while here without anybody disturbing them. It's only now that the light's starting to be shown.
Yeah. We have the prophecies from Our Lady that there would the hierarchy of the church would be destroyed, and disgusting things like the would start happening because they're not Catholic. Like I said, the Satanists got into the church.
Yes,
and because Satan always, everybody knew. He said, I haven't been able to destroy the church from the outside. I can't do it. So I have to get the Trojan horse. I have to infiltrate it, destroy it from the Trojan horse, infiltrate it from the inside out.
As it is always done. Mm-hmm. As it is with every institution. I don't care if it's a church, country, family. You got to destroy it from the inside. It's just the way it is. I mean, you got a strong family, you can't destroy it from the outside. You got a strong country, you can't destroy it from the outside. It's just, that's it. It's always a deception. It's always I'm going to bastardize this one, but it is never the enemy at the gates. It's always the enemy within.
Yeah. Exactly.
You have to be aware of.
That's the most dangerous kind of enemy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Indeed. So that's what we're up against. But you see awakening. I mean, I see it out here.
You're out here. You're making moves, and it's good.
I'm seeing an awakening. Just talking to the people, I can see it. I can feel it.
It needs to be an awareness first. That's the first step. It needs to be an awareness, and then after that, hopefully, when enough people are aware, they can start making positive actions.
Well, I see it just little things like more and more people are not watching these guys. They're not watching the mainstream. They're denying that. So they're
by the same people.
So I mean, what was it? CNN had Yogi Bear rerun cartoons had more viewers than CNN on the last ratings that they did.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. Yeah.
So these guys are basically talking to themselves now. So more and more people are getting away from that. I think we're talking to each other more, and that's why they're trying to stifle the internet right now and put the
they're trying
on that
to put
social. Because they got away from them. We started talking to one another.
Freedom of speech.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now they're
not
trying to
so much
that.
anymore. It's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really need that anymore. That's not part of the laws.
Pretty common thing nowadays with folks like you and everyone.
Yeah.
Similar.
And even because they'll all the who think they're conservative, they'll say, "Oh, Fox News," but Fox News is a controlled opposition. Okay. It's owned by who is it? Murdoch
Rupert Murdoch.
Yep. And he's a very powerful Jewish man who owns a lot of his network.
My rule of thumb is if you're taking commercial money, you're beholden to that commercial money.
And
they lie through omission and half-truths. That's what they do. So Fox News will give the half-truths rather than the entire lie.
Well, it's like
which is even more deceptive to me, than the total lie.
It certainly
because
can be that way.
It's kind of like how the devil, the best lies are the ones that closest resemble the truth.
Yes.
But they have those. It's still not the truth itself, and that's
That's why I'll tend to listen to the people that try to shut up. InfoWars. They take them off. All right, I'm going to go listen to them. Laura Loomer and, the people they try to keep quiet. Tommy Robinson, the ones they try to persecute.
Tommy Robinson, who is that man?
He's in England. He's the guy in England who's exposing what was happening over there. How their government was allowing the Islamics to come in and take over.
Europe's being overrun.
Yeah.
Europe's not even.
So he started out. He was just reporting all about what was happening in his neighborhood. But as the more he reported, the more truth he said, the more he exposed the authorities for not doing anything about the pedophile grooming rings that were going on. The more they try to shut him up. And the more they try to shut him up, the more popular he became. So, they threw him in prison, and they persecute him. And England's probably about 5 years ahead of us in what could happen here.
As far as
the censorship goes and what's going on. So I really promote this guy because he's just a regular guy that came out of nowhere. It's off the streets, speaking truth to power. They're trying to persecute. So these are the people I like to listen to. I want to promote.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling
Michael.
you. Made my day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
God bless.
God bless you. We'll pray for you.
Thank you. I need that more than anything.
All right. Yeah.
Hey there, young man.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Where are you from?
Venezuela.
Venezuela? Wow. There's a lot going on in Venezuela right now. Do you still live there, or you live here now?
We're just waiting after they stop fighting.
Good. Smart thing to do. Smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Nice young man, huh? Well, God bless him. Again, thanks for stopping by. If you like it. If you care, you share. If you can, you can contribute. God bless you. See you on the streets. Remember to pray for me. I will be praying for you. Amen.